Recently, I made a 2-page menu planner spread in my bullet journal to help me remember what I like to cook for dinner, and today I want to share my process with you. So I have done just a little bit of layout here in pencil. This is going to be a 2-page spread in my Baron Fig journal. I'll link my journal and binder clips in the description today. And you can see here I've done 3 vertical rectangles, and they're each 7 squares wide, 7 squares on the dot grid, and then I've done 3 horizontal rectangles, and they are all 7 squares as well, and the border is 4 squares on all 3 sides there. That gives me lots of room up top for an illustration and my title, but I'm going to start by putting in my category titles here, fish, poultry, pork, veggie, and I'm just using the line of the top of each rectangle as my guide for where to put that writing or those labels, and I'm doing a very simple cursive. I'll also add a planner to my title here, and we'll talk through that when I go over it in pen later. And then up in this left-hand section, I want to do a bit of food illustration. I'm starting with a garlic bulb. We've actually done a lot of food and herb illustrations on the channel this month, so I'm going to link a few of those videos. We did garden herb doodles as well as food doodles, so if you need help with this section, check out those other tutorials. But I did a little garlic bulb. I'm going to do some rosemary, which is just like 2 or 3 stems and these oval-shaped long leaves. I'll do a lemon, and I want to put the lemon on a bit of an angle, so I'll do that by showing the nub on one end, and then the other end is smooth and round. That gives us a little bit of perspective there. I'm going to put a salt shaker. It's just very simple. Just doing some really sketchy drawings here. Then I thought I might put some basil, the sort of 3 leaves, that blossom of 3 leaves, and then I kind of realized it looks weird to only have 1 shaker, so I think they need to be in a pair. So I'm just doing that very, very basic doodle of a salt and pepper shaker, and then I'll place my 3 basil leaves up there, so that looks kind of cute. I'm going to go over this in pen. I am using the 05 nib, my Pigma Microns. That's a little bit of a larger nib, and I sort of like the way it gives a very doodly, very chubby look to these drawings, and that's sort of perfect for this project in my bullet journal anyways. I'm going over my salt and pepper shaker. They're basically rectangular. I do a few horizontal lines to represent the threading at the bottom of the cap there, and then the caps are sort of a little bit rounded. I draw a line where the salt or the pepper would be sitting inside of the shaker, so indicating that it's a glass shaker, but you could do any kind of salt and pepper shaker. You could do something really cute like little chickens or something, I don't know. So one will be a little lower than the other, and I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to place there, maybe some more herbs, so I thought I'd leave it alone for a second, and I'm going to start going over everything else in pen, still using the 05 nib, the Pigma Microns. I'll link them below as well, but they usually are sold in a set, and you get all the different nib sizes, and those different nib sizes give you a lot of control and precision. And as I do these rectangles in pen, these sections, I'm just always pulling the pen toward my body, and that helps me keep the pen steady because I want straight lines, but I don't want them too straight. I don't often use a ruler in my bullet journal. I want things to have that hand-drawn look, so I'm just moving my body around the book here as I need to. Then I'm going to go over my title in pen now that I've planned it in pencil. For the menu section, I did a height line and a baseline, so I know where the letters start and stop. I counted out 3 squares for each letter. Then I drew the letters in pencil in a very simple print. And now in pen, you can see me thickening each letter. Now you can also do this step in pencil, and they don't have to be perfect. And the nice thing is we're going to color them in. So if one of the lines gets crooked, you can see on the end there, I sort of miss the spot, and that's fine because I'll just do it again. I'll just take another crack at the outline, and then I'm coloring everything in black, and I can also reshape the letters at that point when I color in. And then I'm going to use a smaller nib. I think this was the 02. To just go over the final print here at the bottom, just a very simple print. And then I used a white gel pen and I am carefully doing an inline there on all the black menu letters. So it just gives it that extra bit of detail to really make my title pop. Okay, this is coming together quickly, so let's finish up our illustration. I decided instead of the herbs that I wanted to do an onion, so it's basically just a circle and then you bring it to a bit of a point at the top, and I'm doing some sort of leaves on mine. I'm also going to draw an olive oil bottle, and it's always good to break things down into their parts. So the oil bottle is just a rectangle, and then you can put the cap on it. Let's go over everything in pen. The onion, when you do these lines, just allow them to break. Pull the pen gently across the page and allow it to sort of lift off the paper wherever feels natural, and you get those nice rounded broken lines. You can also add a bit of line shading, and then I added one sprig of cilantro, or maybe it's parsley, who knows. And I'm just going to put a title on, or a label on my oil bottle. I'll draw in the cap there and I'll put a little cork in it. And that is my menu planner layout all done. Now I just need to think of all the things that I like to make for dinner. That's the whole point of doing this, is that I always forget when I'm at the grocery store what meals I actually like to cook. So as I make things that I like, I can add them to this. You could do this in pencil, it doesn't have to be in pen. And it's just a good reminder. I often have my journal in my purse. So now I can take a quick peek. Oh yeah, we haven't had meatloaf in a while, or mussels, and it's there to remind me, and it looks cute. I hope you enjoyed this and that you'll try it in your own planner. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.